looking forward to a little bit more practice time this month? I know you guys have a few back-to-backs, but
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to get. This will be the last one for a couple weeks, I guess. But we will be able to get together for film and some off days. But now we start another stretch tomorrow where we're basically every other day and some back-to-backs in there. So, we try to maximize these days as well as we can. We actually talked about that a little bit. And I thought that we did some good things the other day, but I thought there were some things we have to clean up.
Do you, Toronto's on this trip. Are you beginning to zero in on positioning now, or is it's still too early?
I mean, I don't even know when we play Toronto, so that it's far enough down the road that it's not on my radar yet. So
no, I meant Toronto's on this road trip.
Yeah. So, you mean like they're on their own trip?
Right. Yeah.
No, I mean, there's so many games left. So much can happen. We're going to play as well as we can. We're going to play as hard as we can. We're going to try to be healthy, and then we'll end up where we end up. And that's it. Whatever happens, happens.
Right.
Jason and Marcus are both sick. So no, neither. I don't have any idea. No, they're both. Doc, I don't know if Doc saw him right before practice or if he's going over there after.
And the latest on Kemba?
Kemba got through everything today. The plan, should he feel good tomorrow, would be that he would be limited.
Right. He did score 4 points against the Rockets. They
Didn't play very many guys, yeah.
But do you need more from your bench, or is that okay? Or can you go on relying so heavily on your starters?
Well, I mean, we're relying on the bench for a lot of things, not just scoring. And they brought a lot to the table the other day. I think that we do need probably to get a little bit more statistically, but some of the guys that do that didn't play the other day. Like Ennis is going to usually give us points and rebounds and those types of things, and so that's just part of it. I think we know who this thing is kind of centered around and who we're trying to maximize, and I think that everybody, to their credit, plays around that role, and that's a good thing. Doesn't mean we don't want guys to take open shots and be as effective as they can be within what they're good at. We do. But we also, when they're on the court, oftentimes the bench is on the court with 2 or 3 guys that we're trying to feature.
I know it's been a more recent limited sample size, but with Kemba potentially out there on a limited basis, what do you feel he brings that you guys haven't had this last week?
I mean, I just think, obviously the stats are the stats, but there's 8 to 10 points a game that, they're not really organized points from like anybody. There's no, he's going to play off a pick and roll where it's just easy. There's only one guy that can do that at that speed and that pace, right? He's going to create a play off of his own abilities that we just don't have to account for with a play call or something to that effect. He just has the ability to make plays with very simple spacing because of his speed, quickness, and skill. And I think that's what you can tell in games like we've had over the last week where it's hard to score at times. That's when you miss those, his burst and that motor.
Do you feel he's the kind of guy that has really good self-awareness, or perhaps a little bit of throttling back?
What do you mean by that? I'm sorry. You mean
hold it too hard at times?
Nah, I think we'll be able to handle that. I mean, whatever minutes he plays, he's going to have to play it at full throttle, right? That's part of getting back. So, but that's why he'll also be limited.
Because of that, is there a chance of playing both games?
Doubtful.
Coach, you guys have 6 weeks left in the regular season. Where do you think you can improve the most during that time before you hit the postseason?
There's not an area where we should strive to improve. We've got to get better. I mean, the other day, the number one reason that you could point to why we lost the game, I think, was the defensive rebounding. At the end of the day, as hard as it was to score and as good as they were defensively, it was those second chance points they got that really killed us. And we gave up at least 10 points to Westbrook in transition where we weren't all back in front of the ball. Like, there are so many things that you look back on a game and say we could have done this a little bit better. We got to improve in all those areas. We're not unlike anybody else in that, but our margin for error against that team is going to be such that you can't look back and say they got 20 points because you weren't back or you didn't block out.